Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is part 2 of the weekly dicast haul. Like I said in part 1, pretty good haul, can't complain, some cool cars. And yeah, let's get to what I found this week. Starting with this new 8-pack. These 8-packs are pretty new. They went the size down from the 9-packs, which I personally don't mind, but I just know some people don't like that. Yeah, I think the boxes are nicer looking now that they're smaller, but that's just me. So, yeah, let's get into what's in here. Like, this car I'm not too fond of, so I didn't really care for this one. And I already had this car, so there's the only two I didn't care for. But other than that, I like the rest of it in here. Starting with this fantasy casting, it is the Drifta. Pretty cool little fantasy drift car. I like the way it looks. Rims are okay. That matte gray there looks pretty decent, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's a neat little drift car. That's a nice little addition. Next up is 40s Ford pickup. Oh, it's a nice little casting. I love that front grille. Nice little deco. No rear front deco, but it's still a pretty nice little car. So it's not too bad of a truck though. I like that one. So that's a pretty nice one to find. So that one's pretty cool. Next up is 90s Acura NSX in dark green. This is a pretty neat little casting. I like the green on this. It has rear decals, which is nice. It has a little side decal, which isn't too bad. It's a pretty neat little casting. Can't complain there. I always thought it was a pretty cool Acura casting. Yeah, it's that front tire smaller than the rear tire, but still not too bad. I still think it's a pretty nice casting, though. So that's not too bad of a casting as to the collection. I like that one a lot. Pretty nice Acura. Next up is Koenigsegg Galera in yellow. Pretty cool to find a new version of this. This yellow's pretty nice. It's blackout rims, front decal and rear decal, which is all you need. It's a pretty neat little casting. So it's cool to find a new one of this. I think the yellow is one of the nicer ones, better than the orange from last year. Silver one's still my favorite, though. So it's not too bad of a casting. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice Gorilla. That Gorilla. Gamera. I think that's what it's called. Pretty cool Koenigsegg, though. So that's a pretty nice one to find. Next up is the Dodge Charger Hellcat wide body. Pretty nice little Charger. I like it. Rims are pretty cool on it. Has a Hellcat symbol right there. No front decals, that's okay. Has that racing stripe though. No rear decals. It's still pretty cool looking Charger. So can't go wrong with that. I like the way it looks. So it's a pretty neat little Charger adds to the collection. So I like that. And last up from this 8-pack, it is Porsche 911 GT3 RS. It's the older casting, which this one's pretty cool looking. Like the blackout rims, the GT3 RS right there, the Porsche symbol right there. Pretty neat little Porsche. So that's not too bad of a new addition. Pretty neat. Pretty nice little car. So that's a nice little Porsche. Can't complain there, so that one's pretty cool. Next up, now let's look into some regular mainlines, starting with a hot wired. Pretty neat little fantasy casting. I like the way it looks. Has that yellow color to it. Small rims up front, big ones in back. It's a pretty nice little, it looks like a dragster or an F1 kind of style car, one of the two. But still pretty cool looking. It's a nice version of it too, so. Yeah, for fantasy casting, that's not too bad, so that's pretty cool. Next up is like this Le Mans style prototype car. I can't say the name of it, but nice little casting. I like the way it looks, because I like these prototype looking cars. That's pretty cool. I like the front splitter right up there. Rims are nice on it. This just looks like a prototype car, like a modern day prototype car, which is really cool about it. So that's what I like about this car. This would be like a windshield right here, but it's just not detailed in. But it's not too bad of a casting, that's why I like it. It's my second version of this car. So, pretty nice little casting. So that's just a really cool one to add to the collection. Next up is the 1988 Jeep Wagoneer in black. Cool new version of this one. Earlier version that came out this year was in gray, and this one's now in black. Like those rims it has right there, that matte black is pretty nice as well. It's a pretty cool car. I mean truck. It's a nice, pretty cool, pretty nice little Jeep. So I like this one. Looks pretty cool. No front decals, so that's alright. Or rear, but it has that nice paint scheme to it, which I like a lot with the red stripes and the other shade of black right in the middle there. So it's a pretty neat little casting. Can't go wrong there. So that's a pretty nice Jeep to add to the collection. So that's pretty cool. Next up is the 80s Toyota Land Cruiser. Always neat to find a new version of this casting. Pretty neat little casting. Has front decals. Rims are a little too big for it, but that's alright. Has a retro paint scheme. No rear decals, but that's alright. Has the front. But it's a pretty nice Land Cruiser casting. I like this one a lot from Hot Wheels. It's just a nice little casting, so yeah, it looks really good. Just has a nice stance to it. Only downside is those rims are a little too big for it, but other than that, it's a pretty nice casting. So that's a good find. And yeah, I like adding this one to the collection as well. Next up, last regular main line is the 65 Mercury Comet Cyclone. Cool to finally be in the main lines now. I know the Super's out for this one, but the regular is also still pretty nice. Love that gasser stance this Cyclone has. Small tires up front, big tires in back, like usual for a dragster. But it's a neat little casting. Like that paint scheme. No front or rear decals. That's okay. It's still pretty cool. I like this casting. So that's a pretty nice little gasser looking car. So that's a pretty cool one to add to the collection. I like this Ford. So yeah, pretty nice Cyclone. So that one's pretty cool. Next up's an older Hot Wheel. I got this from the toy show a few weeks ago. It's a 57 Chevy. Always neat to find a version of this I don't have. Like this one. So I like these older Hot Wheels. Paint scheme's pretty nice on this one. I'm not the biggest fan of the rims, but paint scheme saves it for me. Metal base, metal body, like old school it used to be. No rear decals, but this is a classic Chevy Hot Wheel casting. Love the 57 Chevy. It's always cool to add a new one to these to the collection. So not a bad find. It's cool to find this at that toy show. So yeah, I'm really glad to find this one. The row's pretty nice too. The only downside was rims. Other than that, though, it's a pretty nice casting. So that's really cool to find. Next up is the only one I found for this year's Halloween series. That is the 71 Maverick Grabber. Only one I found because the other ones were like repeats. This one had enough differences to 2021 that I wanted to add it. So pretty cool Maverick. Has those skull tires right there, like the front end. It's a cool little Maverick. I've always liked this casting. Has that cool Halloween scheme to it, which I like. So that's a nice little touch. It's just a pretty cool car. Gotta add this to the collection. So I had to add one of these Halloween cars to my collection and show it for Halloween. So that's why I'm showing it this week. So that's a pretty cool casting. Glad I found it. And yeah, it's a pretty nice little Maverick. Next up are two auto rolls, starting with the green 2019 Dodge Charger RT Scala Pack. Pretty nice little casting. Glad to finally open this version and the other one I found, which will be shown right after this one. Nice Charger. Like the way it looks, that front end's pretty cool. I like the screen a lot. So that's pretty awesome. Has a rear decal. I just love Auto World. It's definitely one of my favorite diecast companies. So it's always cool to find one of these. So it's pretty nice. Has weight to it. Has rubber tires. I think this can open up. I just don't want to ruin the paint. That row is pretty nice. So it's a pretty cool little Auto World Hellcat. So that's really nice. I really like this green one. That's pretty cool. It's a pretty awesome casting too. I love this generation Charger. So that's a pretty nice Scout Pack 2019 Charger. Next up, same one, but in orange. So it's another cool one to find. It's good to finally open these. I had these waiting for a few weeks, so I'm glad I finally opened both of them. And this orange one's really nice too. Has that nice front grille. Tires are really cool. Interior's pretty nice too. Has that nice rear end as well. Just a really nice Challenger Hellcat. So I'm glad I found both this one and the green one. I think of the two, the orange one I like a little bit more, but they're both pretty nice. So both pretty cool cars to add to the collection. So I can't complain there. So yeah, that's all I found this week. Pretty decent haul. Can't complain. Some cool cars. And yeah, I hope you guys like this video. For more videos like this, please like, subscribe, notification bell. And this is my 150th weekly video. I'm really happy for everyone supporting this channel and watching these videos and sharing them for me. So I really appreciate it. My channel's grown a bunch this year, and I want to keep it up. And maybe some new stuff coming up next year. So hope you guys like this video. For more videos like this, please like, subscribe, notification bell. See you guys in the next video. I'll talk to you guys next time.